All right, good morning, everybody. Today's Tuesday, and Chairman Powell will be speaking this afternoon. Market's been a bit choppy to start. I'm suffering from a lot of FOMO. We'll get to that in a minute, but American Airlines just broke my soul. In the meantime, though, we are currently in NIO. We'll go through, talk about real quickly why we entered this trade, and then we'll hop into American Airlines, talk about the soul breaker we had. So today, NIO, real choppy. Started up, sold down, kind of consolidated in this area. We actually broke the lows here on the downward move. We came back up, tested VWAP here. We did not make it to our previous high. We're kind of stepping down here on our daily. So, we opened here, we came here, we came here. I like these downtrends, especially when I can get it with a bunch of moving averages, VWAP. If you look up here in our 2-minute, you can see we came back up to, this is S3 level at 42.30. We came back up, closed above it, immediately sold off, came down, I shorted here. So this was, I liked this entry. I'm currently holding for 2-to-1 for my first partial. Hopefully we get there. I thought about partialing right here, but I'm working on holding these plays where I think they're going to be longer term trend trades. I'm a little bit nervous because the market is so choppy today. I set my break or my stop loss at the 200 on the 1 and the 5. And then I guess it's 40. So yeah, we're above it on the 2-minute. So yeah, we'll see if we can get to our first partial. This is 2R, so I'm taking off 130 shares there of my 380. This was a $60 risk play. And then I put the 50 more shares down here at this bottom, and the reason is it also coincides with S4 at 41.70. So I might actually move this up just like a couple of pennies from 41.71 to maybe 41.73 or something would have filled. Let's see if we get down there first. We're coming back up. Who knows? I'm not even confident that's going to happen. All right, let's go take a look at what broke my soul today. American Airlines. So this started off, my first mistake today was I always wait for the 5-minute window to close to trade. I didn't do that. I actually tried going short right here. This was a terrible play. And the reason is if you look at this wick. Look at this wick to the downside. This is showing support, right? It tried going down and it got bought right back up. I know the candle is red itself, but I should not have been in this play. I went short. It came up, tested the VWAP, closed below. I liked it. I thought we were going to bounce immediately. I shouldn't have done that because that ultimately this messed up my psyche for the rest of the day. And here's what happened. So I immediately take an L. I actually stopped myself out. It was my stop loss was at the break of the 200 moving average. I actually stopped myself out here because the writing was on the wall. Came up, we kind of bounced around. I went short again right here below the moving averages. I covered at 1R, and then I stopped myself out again. I don't know why. My stop loss was up here, and I stopped myself out here. I thought because the writing was on the wall, right? Like the first trade? No. Wrong. We came up, we immediately rejected after I got stopped out. So now my frustration is starting to boil a little bit. I'm pretty tilted. So we come up, we reject. I see what's happening. I immediately go short, and then I double down. I'm okay with this on the most part because my stop loss was so tight. It was at the break of this previous candle I had gotten stopped out on. So I was okay taking this move. However, it just over-leveraged me, and I ended up making poor decisions. So we had already established this level. This is also S4. As you can tell here, that's where I took my first partial. I got stopped out. I took another partial. I took some more partials because at this point I was just so heavy in the stock. I just wanted to start covering some. So even though it was setting up perfectly how I wanted it to, I was just starting to cover. At this point, I was already down on the day because of my first bad trade. This was basically break even when I covered these two. So I was already down. I just wanted to start locking profit, and I was so over leveraged that I was concerned if we squeezed fast, I would get stopped out for like a big loss, which is just, I shouldn't have been in that position. So here's what happens. This is where I get really tilted. So on our 5-minute, okay, I covered, or back on our 1 minute, I'm sorry, I covered here twice. That was these two, the bottom of this candle. We then buy right back up. We get a bullish engulfing candle right here. So I panic and I stop myself out. We didn't even break the 9 EMA on the 5-minute, which is like my favorite indicator right now. Okay? So we didn't even break it. I stopped myself out like an idiot. We immediately dropped back down to this price. And again, we're holding it. We're holding it. And this is S4. This is huge. This is a big level. We like to sell off of it. I know that. I mean, we could bounce for sure. And then as soon as I stop myself out, down she goes. I mean, look at this 2-minute. Woof! Like no pullbacks, nothing. So, pretty upset. I had multiple levels tagged down here. So I would have had some really nice partials. This would have made my week almost. Definitely would have offset any L's I had today. And so I just get absolutely obliterated. And I'm angry. Super angry. So I end up stepping away. I have a 5-minute timer on my stream deck. I slammed that button and we went off. Got some water, walked around, tried to de-stress a little bit. Came back, still pretty frustrated. So yeah, it was pretty rough. Yeah, and then we kind of tried calming ourselves down a little bit. You know, I almost re-entered on this. I'm really glad I didn't, but I almost got back in on this candle right here. Once we kind of lost this level and started selling off, I was like, okay, let me grab it and take it down to this level, which I already had previously marked. But I was overextended. I didn't like it. And so I bailed. And then I just kind of sat there and watched it for an hour and have just been boiling the blood. So that brings us back to NIO. Here's our NIO play. I really like this play. Ultimately, what it's going to come down to, can we lose this level right here? If we can lose 41.91, I think we might get 41.81 filled. We're kind of entering another chop phase. So we'll see if that works. But we gotta lose this level. I might get my 81 filled. And then I think I already mentioned this on the 71. That's our S4. At that point, I'm going to be, a little over half out. So we'll just kind of reassess the situation at that point. Unfortunately, today I am down, but that's the way it goes. We'll see. The more I'm looking at NIO, the more I'm liking it now. That could just be pure making stuff up from FOMO, but you can see we sold hard on our 5-minute here. We came back up. We couldn't hit that EMA at the 20. And then we sold right back off. So I'm liking this trade a lot, actually. I like that we pulled back and we couldn't hit VWAP. If we hit VWAP, I would have a little less interest in this trade. I might have stopped myself out, but yeah, we're going down. So as long as we keep setting these lower lows on our pullbacks or lower highs, and lower lows on our drops, I'm gonna stick with it. So, but we got to lose this level. If we hold this level, the play might be over. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Hopefully this works out. This will be my last trade of the day. I'm feeling my frustrations brewing, and I don't want to get myself in a tough situation. I've been doing really well the last couple of weeks, controlling the emotions, minimizing trades. Today, not the case, but we'll get there. It's a work in progress. All right, everybody, have a good Tuesday. Oh, I am getting my COVID-19 vaccine tonight. Pretty excited about that. If you get the chance, get pricked. All right, take care, everybody.